R.E.Fort, and welcome back to my podcast and this episode of my Feature Tracks playlist, July 2024. As I've said before, each month I create a playlist of my favorite tracks and then share them in this podcast. For this month, I wanted a cool mix of tunes to help us enjoy these long, hot days of summer. So on this post, we have Never Meant to Make You Cry, Just Stay, Life on the Other Side, Make It a Double, and My Haunted Mind. As always, you can find links to this playlist for YouTube Music, Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, and Amazon Music in this post and on my website at re.fort.co/playlist. Let's get to the playlist. Starting off this month's playlist is Never Meant to Make You Cry from my 2016 CD, I'm Gonna Let It Ride. This smooth jazz track has such a great vibe to it. On this track, I'm echoing the melody between a flute sound and my Fender acoustic electric guitar. Later in the track, I'm playing my Fender Stratocaster for the solo. I really love the sound canvas I created on this track. The way the keyboards, strings, that bouncy bass line, and the killer drum programming work together really makes this track pop. It surprised me when I realized this track is almost 20 years old and it still stands tall and sounds awesome. Let's give Never Meant to Make You Cry a listen. Next up is Just Stay from my 2022 CD, Told Ya. Of my newer CDs, this track is one of my favorites. In this track, I wanted to take a simple ballad and make it a big power ballad. So, in this track, I start off with a simple but pretty melody played using a baby grand sound. I use my Ibanez hollow body guitar for the main melody. I'm playing my Gibson SG for that killer solo at the end. The horns and the drum programming in this track really drive the song along. The solo section on this track is where the song changes from a pretty ballad to a power ballad. With that killer guitar solo soaring over the horns and strings, this song just rocks. Let's give Just Stay a listen. Next up is Life on the Other Side from my 2023 CD, Life on the Other Side. This track is in the time signature 6/8, which is quickly becoming my favorite. In this track, I played the melody using my Fender acoustic electric guitar and a grand piano sound. I used that same formula of piano and guitar, if you will, for the counter melody, but there, I used my Fender Rhodes electric piano sound and a brighter guitar effect on my Fender acoustic electric. To fill out this great track, I added to the sound canvas strings and the Fender electric piano sound playing the chords. The killer guitar solo towards the end of this song is really that Fender acoustic electric guitar. Let's give Life on the Other Side a listen. Next up is Make It a Double from my 2017 release, 10. I really love this track's groove and feel. This track starts off with that cool bass guitar riff. The guitar chords I played on my Fender Stratocaster, and I used a Baby Grand sound to back up those chords. I used a very cool synth sound to echo the melody played on my Fender Acoustic Electric for this track. This track has such a cool vibe change towards the end of the track when the guitar solo really kicks in. I wanted this track to be a blend of blues with a smooth jazz groove. To me, I nailed it with this one. I love this track. Let's give Make It a Double a listen. The last song on this month's playlist is My Haunted Mind from my 2020 CD, Living in Strange Times. This is a cool jazz blues jam. I'm playing my Fender Stratocaster for all of the guitar work. I'm using a Baby Grand sound to accent the melody and the Fender Rhodes electric piano sound for the backing chords. This track took on an interesting turn while I was writing it. It was a much slower groove at first, then I let my brother Keith listen to the track. Now, my brother is a drummer and a bass guitar player, so I tend to listen to his advice. He suggested that I speed the track up. So I stripped all the guitar work, changed the tempo to 120 BPM or beats per minute, played it, and fell in love with it all over again. The bad part was I had to record all of the guitar work again, but I think it was worth it. I love the piano and guitar solos in this track at the end. Let's give My Haunted Mind a listen. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode and get a chance to listen to the full playlist on either YouTube Music, Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, and Amazon Music sites. Remember, you can find links to this playlist and those sites in this post and on my website at refort.co/playlist. The song opening and closing this podcast is the track named So Cool from my CD 10. Thanks for listening, and as always, without music, life has no soul. Thanks.